Welcome to 5 Minutes with Nadia. Today we're diving deep into the world of microcredit, once hailed as the miracle solution to poverty, but now raising troubling questions about whether it's just another way for the richest of the rich to profit off the poorest of the poor. Microcredit, or microfinance, refers to small loans given to individuals, mostly in developing countries, who lack access to traditional banking. The concept gained global recognition in the 1980s, when Muhammad Yunus founded Grameen Bank in Bangladesh. For his work, Yunus won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2006. And microcredit was widely celebrated as a tool for empowering women and lifting entire communities out of poverty. But before Yunus, there was Robert McNamara. You might know him as the management guru who transformed Ford Motor Company before becoming the U.S. Secretary of Defense. In the late 1960s, McNamara became president of the World Bank, with grand ambitions to eradicate poverty. His approach pumped billions of dollars into development projects, but the money rarely reached the people who needed it most. Government corruption and bureaucratic inefficiencies swallowed much of it. Then came microcredit, a model that allowed financial institutions to bypass governments and directly lend to the poor. McNamara and the World Bank saw an opportunity. If big loans to governments weren't working, why not give small loans to individuals and make a profit along the way? This is how microfinance evolved into the global business it is today. As microfinance expanded, particularly with investments from institutions like the World Bank and private banks, concerns emerged. Critics argue that rather than serving as a stepping stone out of poverty, microcredit often traps borrowers in cycles of debt. Milford Bateman explains that microfinance has failed to create sustainable economic growth and instead exploits vulnerable borrowers. The system, he suggests, allows financial institutions and wealthy investors to extract wealth from the most marginalized populations. So, how do the rich make money from microcredit? Institutions like the World Bank, major banks, and even venture capitalists pour billions into microfinance institutions, or MFIs. These MFIs lend money at interest rates that are often far higher than traditional loans, sometimes reaching 100% annual interest in countries like India and Bangladesh. Borrowers, usually women from rural areas, take loans to start small businesses, but many struggle to generate enough income to pay back the loans, leading to further borrowing. In extreme cases, high indebtedness has resulted in suicides, particularly in India, where aggressive loan collection tactics have been documented. Microcredit's effects extend beyond economics. In some societies, it has shifted cultural dynamics. Women in patriarchal communities have gained more financial independence, but at the same time, they have also faced backlash. Studies in Latin America show that microcredit does not always lead to long-term business success, but instead fuels informal economies with no worker protections. In Europe, microfinance has been used for refugee integration and small entrepreneurship, but it has not significantly alleviated poverty in the long term. Supporters of microcredit argue that despite its flaws, it has provided financial services to millions who were previously excluded from banking systems. The United Nations and major global organizations continue to endorse microfinance as a tool for achieving Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. They argue that without access to credit, many poor individuals would have no means to escape subsistence living. A report by the UN Capital Development Fund, or UNCDF, credits microfinance with lifting over 100 million people above the extreme poverty line. However, skeptics point out that microcredit is often a symptom of a larger issue: the capitalism's relentless expansion into every corner of society. By turning poverty into a market, the financial industry has found a way to make even the world's poorest populations sources of profit. Microfinance shift the responsibility of economic well-being from governments to individuals, where state support has weakened due to international financial pressures. What do you think? Is microcredit a powerful tool for financial inclusion, or just another way for the super wealthy to exploit the poorest of poor? Let us know in the comments. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you never miss an update. See you next time on 5 Minutes with Nadia. Bye-bye.